Greetings, friends. It's me, Wayman. Back from my kayak trip. Had a wonderful time, and I noticed some excellent conversations going on my Job video from a while back, and some good discussions. And I had some experiences while I was out there on the river, which kind of applies to this whole Job thing. And a lot of times, Christians, evangelicals, they'll come on, say, well, Job was being tested, and then other people come on, well, how could a loving God do this and that? And I've even done that myself by shaking my fist and saying that God was unjust for attacking a just man. Job was just. I still believe that. Because he did not commit injustice against God when God was seemingly unjust to him, which was very pious of him, But I think that when it comes down to it, God's, a lot of people say, well, that was a cheesy speech God gave to Job after the whole ordeal. When Job is angry and wants to put God on trial, it comes down to whirlwind. What's interesting, in Elijah, in the cave, God wasn't in the fire. He wasn't in the wind. He was still small voice, separate from nature. So this roaring display was not God himself coming down to Job, but a voice out of the whirlwind. This fierce. And I think the gist of the whole scheme was that Job, the Satan, the adversary, who got paid to hang out in bathrooms and then tattletale and work for God on whether people really loved him or not. So the Satan sees Job and says he only knows the goodness of the Creator. If he knew the evilness of the Creator, he would not love the Creator. So here we have the archetype of the good mother, good father, evil mother, evil father. And in the big speech where God was saying, where were you, when I created? That's saying, Job, even before you were born, and when you were in the paradise state of the womb, and you had everything that you wanted, both birth and good things and crops and creation was happening, and also, outside of that, on the other side of the coin, destruction and chaos was happening. Because, according to the divine, he's the creator and destroyer of worlds. If you can think about that. So I think that the Christian message a lot of times is all one-sided, and it cannot be all one-sided. Oh, we love God, God loves us, but, when something bad happens, they blame it on somebody else. But that's not the case. That's the good father and the evil father. The good mother, the evil mother. A androgynous being, both male and female, performing functions and processes that go hand in hand with creating and destroying. Sounds kind of cheesy, but look at nature. Had the experience. It was pouring rain. After a beautiful day. A thunderstorm. I looked behind me. The thunderstorm was barreling up the river. And you could see huge sheets of rain. So I paddle quickly to the side, cover up the kayak, put the cover on it, throw on my rain gear, hide under a bush. And oh man, it just hammered. I had no control over that. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just out minding my own business. Paddled on the river. I didn't sin against nature. But the terrible destruction and and then right after that the sun comes out. I traveled another 4 or 5 hours. It was beautiful. swallows were dipping and dashing across the waves, eating bugs. It's beautiful stuff. So here I seen it go from good to this destructive kind of force back to good. And I think that's what we have to see of the divine. And Reb Shlomo kind of get into it, but he explained it all wrong, I think. Creator and destroyer of worlds. So if we can handle the mushy side of God, the lovey-dovey side of God, but we don't also want to attribute the destructiveness of the divine. You're here today, you're gone tomorrow. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're just or unjust, righteous or unrighteous. Righteous people get hit by buses just as much as unrighteous. And just like in Asia, during the tsunami that happened, even the Christian churches were wiped out. Those kinds of forces. Here you have the earth giving. The hippies, they're like, oh, we're all like lovey-dovey on Mother Nature. However, when she comes in and totally decimates a village or destroys millions through disease and famine, you don't hear them talking too much about it. But that's another side of the force that is there, and a lot of times it's covered up, it's patched up for many different reasons. Christians and many other belief systems try to patch up God's destructive and terrifying side, which Job had the right response. Though he slay me, still. So, I guess it's all a part of, maybe recognizing that other side, that destructive side. We don't do it enough, I don't think. And we've been told too much that the divine was all lovey-dovey. And we can't even imagine him now. That destruction, creator and destroyer of worlds, without even batting an eye, thinking about it. And then this whole Christian idea of lovey-dovey stuff, without even batting an eye. The sun could go out, universes collide, processes keep going. And just like out of the whirlwind, who are we? We're nothing. We're nothing. Which is pretty amazing. So, Job was able to see that other side. And I think he did a pretty good job. He wanted answers, just like we all do. And seemingly he didn't get a very good one, but he still loved the divine creator after seeing that evil side. So now Job knows both sides of the coin, knowing both good and evil. And knowing the good father and the evil father all in one. Especially, there's a great text in Deuteronomy that explains it. There's none with me, and none. I give life, I take life, and none can save you out of my hand. That's pretty huge. That's the gist of it. It's not a quote, but so I think that's what the Satan was trying to underscore with the divine being, is that, hey, he's seen only good. Show him the evil and the destructiveness of it. The destroyer of worlds, not only the creator. And he will curse you to his face. That didn't happen, which is pretty interesting. Just some thoughts. Take care, friends, and remember, if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.